Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Monday, July 25th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about my core picks for the FanDuel main slate for today. It is an 11-game main slate overall, and then going over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talking about my top GPP stacks for today. At the time of this recording, that article is not yet published, but once it is available, I'll leave a link to it down in the comments below. But without further ado, we'll get started with a recap of yesterday's picks. At the pitcher position, we had Sonny Gray at $8,400. He ended up getting 46 points yesterday. He was a hit in the second overall pitcher on yesterday's slate. Then at first base, we had Paul Goldschmidt at $4,200. Got to 40.9 points, so he was a very good hit as well, and the top overall first baseman on yesterday's slate. At shortstop, we had Xander Bogaerts at $3,100. Got to 6.5 points, so I did give him a push yesterday. Wasn't anybody that put you over the top, but definitely wasn't anybody that hurt you by any means either. Then moving down to the outfield, we had Aaron Judge at $4,500. Got the 31.4 points. He was a hit and the third overall outfielder on yesterday's slate, so a very solid day for him once again. And then last but not least, we had Max Kepler at $2,400. Got to 9.7 points. He was a hit yesterday for that cheap price tag. Unfortunately, he didn't get more points for us yesterday because he ended up getting hurt about the middle of the game. If he would have stayed healthy, maybe got a couple extra points, would have been an even better day. But once again, a solid day all around. 4 hits. One push there in Xander Bogaerts, so a really good day if you went with these core 5 plays and had some other decent plays with it. Very good start to the post All-Star break. 3 for 3 for me in terms of kind of the core plays, plus cashing for my main line overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to the core picks for today. So we're going to start off with the pitcher position. Not the craziest pitching day by any means today, but I'm going to go with Sean Manaea at $9,900 pitching against the Detroit Tigers today. Averaging about 32 fantasy points per game on the season. Should be a favorable matchup for him. He's got decent but limited history versus these Detroit Tigers hitters, so do not have a problem going to him today. Then at second base, we're going to go with Marcus Semien at $3,200. Averaging over 10.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against Chris Flexen and the Seattle Mariners today. He is 4 for 8 with 1 home run versus Chris Flexen in his career, so a pretty good amount of upside here in today's game overall. Then we move down to shortstop and Jeremy Pena at $2,900. Averaging just under 10 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Oakland A's, and it looks like Adam Oller will be the pitcher today. Hasn't pitched in a little while in the major league levels. Not anybody that you should be afraid of by any means, but Jeremy Pena is 1 for 3 with 1 home run versus him in his career, so offers a decent amount of upside at a favorable price tag today. Then we move down to outfield with Hunter Renfroe at $3,400, averaging just under 10.5 fantasy points per game on the season, going against the Colorado Rockies and Kyle Freeland. And he is 7 for 18 with 1 home run versus Kyle Freeland in his career, so some pretty good stats there. So there should be a pretty decent amount of upside there for Hunter Renfroe. Once again today, he's starting to hit the ball better. Obviously, he was hitting the ball very well before his first injury, then kind of battled some injuries, but looking like he's back to the form, so definitely do not have a problem going to him once again today. Kyle Tucker was another outfielder who just missed my list today, and he's got some pretty good history versus Adam Oller as well. Probably would play him along with these 2 other outfielders that I do have here, and the second one being Austin Slater at $2,500, averaging over 7 fantasy points per game on the season, goes against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tyler Gilbert, a left-handed starter today. Although it does not have Austin Slater projected to start, he should be starting and hitting leadoff once again, as he typically does against left-handed pitching. Hits left-handed pitching very well. Not too much else we have to say about that on today's slate, and he is 2 for 3 versus Tyler Gilbert in his career. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you're up $13,100 remaining, just under $3,300 per player. So if you really want to pay up for another option like a Kyle Tucker or someone like that, you can definitely do it on today's slate. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely fine as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my top GPP stacks for today. As I already mentioned, my article is not yet published at this point in time, but once it is up, I will leave a link to it down in the comments below. But in terms of the top stacks that I do have for today, there's going to be 5, and the Houston Astros are the first one, going against Adam Oller of the Oakland A's. Not a guy that has a ton of major league experience, and these Astros hitters have decent history versus him as well. Then the second one is the Milwaukee Brewers going against Kyle Freeland. Already talked about Hunter Renfroe, but a decent amount of these Brewers hitters have hit him pretty well in the past, so do not have a problem going back to the Brewers once again today. Then we do have the Braves going against Ranger Suarez. I don't believe any actual Atlanta Braves made my cheat sheet, but they all have reasonably good history versus Ranger Suarez. He's not pitched the best so far this season, and he's kind of been mediocre in his 2 starts versus Atlanta this season. Then we do have the Rangers going against Chris Flexen. Obviously, I already talked about Marcus Semien, and Adolis Garcia is also in play. A couple other guys you could look at as well. Chris Flexen kind of hit or miss in terms of pitching. Some starts he's had that are very good, and then other starts he's been very hittable. So could be an opportunity to take advantage of Texas once again today. And I don't think they're going to be a pretty popular stack overall. And then last but not least on my list for today is the Baltimore Orioles going against Corey Kluber. They've hit him pretty well so far this season, so I do not have a problem going back to them once again today. There's quite a few of them that did end up in my cheat sheet overall. And even some of the other ones that didn't, you could probably take a shot on once again today as well. But with that being said, these are my core 5 picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, July 25th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5 picks, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, mainly MLB DFS at this point in time. But once we get back around to the NFL and NBA regular seasons, I'll be covering those two sports as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.